Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence with another industry-specific Google Ads video. I've done a few of these and people seem to like them. So this one is actually for the legal industry. So for you lawyers out there who are advertising in Google Ads, maybe running your own accounts. First of all, you probably should find a manager if you are a lawyer yourself, because you probably have better ways to spend your time than managing your own Google Ads account. You can feel free to contact me. I'll put a link at the end of this video. But for those of you who are managing it yourself, you probably find some of these ideas helpful in this video. I'm going to cover a few themes or strategies for Google Ads accounts for lawyers. I've worked with several lawyers over the last 10 years, including real estate lawyers, criminal lawyers, bankruptcy, immigration, divorce, family, and others. These strategies and themes pretty much apply to all lawyers. So the first thing I'm going to mention can apply to all industries, but I find that it's even more important in legal, and that is to enter competitor names as negative keywords from the very start. So the best way to do this would be to go into your area, do a Google search. You probably know a lot of your competitors, but if you're a Denver criminal attorney, you could search for that in Google. And you could probably add to the list of the competitors you already know of, click on some of the links, check out the listings in Google, and then add these single words like last names, Joyner, German, Martinez. Get all those names in there, because when you start off a new campaign in a legal industry for your law practice, you're going to get a lot of competitor names. Some of you probably think you're going to target competitor names and get good results. My experience is that that does not get good results. It's just going to generate phone calls, people looking for that specific person. So you're better off hitting the general terms like, divorce attorneys near me. Go through after the fact too. Once you get some data coming, you go into your search terms and start adding these different competitor names as negatives to weed those out over time. I find myself doing this in the first couple months really, and getting a high percentage of these impressions and clicks that just are not very high quality in any campaign, but especially legal campaigns. So getting those added in a negative keyword list from the start is going to help you get off to a faster start. Law campaigns are generally going to be more expensive per click, like this one here, spending $15 click. So you can't be wasting time in the beginning on like bad clicks. That's another reason on lawyer campaigns to get those added right away. A lot of lawyers I've worked with over the years are tempted to go after informational searches versus transactional searches. And the difference to me would be in this one, for example, we were targeting general immigration keywords for this immigration attorney. So like labor law, employment law, green card, H-1B, American visa. So basically none of these keyword searches signify that the person's looking for a lawyer. They might just be searching for American visa information on a H-1B visa. And obviously Google's great at providing that info for free. So they might see your ad and they might click on it. They might be interested in a lawyer or attorney, but why not just target keywords like these that have lawyer attorney already in them? Those are probably going to be more expensive. And actually, I could show you the long-term data in this account. We actually did switch to targeting transactional searches with lawyer and attorney in them rather than those info searches. And the conversions dropped off from like a peak of getting 130, 180 leads in a month down to getting 42, 70, 90 leads in a month. So it probably dropped in half. Clicks dropped, probably paying more per conversion. Actually, if I go to cost per conversion, you can see the cost per lead went up. So normally these are bad metrics. Looks like you're moving in the wrong direction. But if you were to speak to this client of mine, he's actually having some of his best months. He's getting better leads, making more money. So these metrics don't always tell the whole story. Higher cost per conversion can actually lead to more revenue in some cases. And that is the case, I think, in lawyer campaigns. And that's been my experience. So go after those transactional keywords first. Make sure you're kind of exhausting those campaigns, getting like a high click share before you even attempt to go after some of those more informational searches. There's definitely a possibility of getting a lot of volume from those info searches, but you're going to get people looking for like a free consultation, information, not as willing to become a client and actually pay you money. Another thing that I think is important, more so in the legal industry, is just having a high quality website. You can get away with low quality websites in some industries. Like I did a video on towing industry, tow trucks. If they're running campaigns, they tend to generate phone calls. People a lot of times don't even go to the website. We're running call campaigns where people just pick up the phone and call because they need a tow truck. In the case of lawyers, I think people are much more likely to visit the website, check it out, check out the attorney profile, reviews, and things like that. So I think it's much more important to have a high quality website if you're a lawyer and spending money on clicks in Google. So I went in the Denver area and just searched for a few quick lawyer websites and pulled up a few that I think kind of stand out as good examples of, good and maybe not so good websites. So these people weren't necessarily advertising in Google, but I'm just using them as website examples. So I landed on this website. It looks fine. It's simple. It looks a little amateurish in the design. And, it's got some text here, a little boring. Got awards. Does have one picture of the owner and the lawyer with some testimonials. So it's decent, but it's not, making a splash in terms of design. Opportunities to contact this person. You got to email him, maybe call a phone number, which is pretty small, as opposed to this one, which popped up right next to his in looks much nicer, professional images. A lot of my clients, I can't get them to put one image of themselves up on the website, but this attorney in the Denver area had no problem adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images of herself. That might be a little bit much, but I do think the images are strong and people want to see, who the attorney is that they're going to be working with. She might want to mix up the outfits a little bit in this on the website here with all these images, but lots of great content here. We start from the top. It might be a bit overkill, just busy with all the content, but she's got, BBB, she's got free consultation, phone number available 24/7, 2 opportunities for live chat, something here with swiping for, on phones. I'm sure the site works great on phones. She's got this review pop up, another consultation button. So plenty of opportunities to contact, just lots of great content. So this is the type of website where if you're going to spend a lot of money advertising your legal practice in Google, you have to have a website that's great. It's got video here. Maybe it doesn't have to be this good, but this would be the goal to attain, as opposed to this simple website that probably is hurting conversion rates and are not creating the rates of conversion that a site like this would. I pulled up one other example, another good website with a strong image, lots of info on like the experience of this attorney. It's got like this design contest going just to generate some buzz. Call now, live chat in 2 spots. The live chat with attorneys actually works pretty well, so definitely consider that if you're an attorney. Some reviews, awards. So another strong website. The live chat option also reminds me of another aspect of the legal industry, is just having people answering the phone. If you're spending a lot of money generating leads, you obviously can't be not answering your phone or not monitoring the live chat. You probably need to be paying somebody to monitor that for you. Some of the lawyer clients I've had who've had the best results have spent a lot on generating leads, but also had a good team of people who were monitoring the leads and answering the phones and monitoring live chat. So when it comes to design overall, the legal industry is a white collar, formal industry. So you got to put your best foot forward when it comes to the overall design and marketing of your website. So the last thing I'll mention as a strategy for lawyer accounts in Google Ads is to be able to track revenue and value. So within Google Ads, any good manager can give you a good idea of your cost per lead. So if you're advertising Google Ads, you should be tracking conversions. You should be able to nail down a really solid cost per lead number. So if I look at the last 30 days in this campaign, for example, I know this client is got about 15% conversion rate, paying about $17 per click, and his cost per lead is about $120. It's actually higher than average in this account. Since we're being pretty aggressive, it's probably been more like 70 to 90. I know that number. I know how many leads we're creating. The one thing I don't know, and actually had a phone call with this client recently, is the value that's actually being created, the revenue that's being created from Google Ads. I don't have that number. It takes some additional setup and tracking to set up the necessary tracking to measure value, actual revenue. Most clients are going to need to do that with a CRM and have really good info tracking within their practice in order to do that. But my recommendation would be to come up with some average numbers. You know how much leads cost, you know how many leads you're closing, and then you know your average value or revenue per case or per client. So you could do some basic math and come up with an idea of what a lead is worth to you. If you don't have any idea of these numbers, you're going to struggle to aggressively spend in Google Ads. And I've run into this multiple times with legal clients. They're spending aggressively, but they don't have a good feel for what they're getting in terms of revenue. So again, all any manager can really do is tell you the number of conversions and leads you're getting and how much they're costing you. But there are advanced methods to tracking value and revenue. I actually did another video on that, the idea of value and tracking that in Google Ads, just to give some suggestions for like call tracking and then scoring calls and putting actual revenue to leads. So I'll link to that video so you can kind of go down that rabbit trail a little bit further. If you'd like me to implement these methods and other ones I didn't discuss into your Google Ads account and manage it for you, make sure to check out the link in the description below. I only have a few more spots before I kind of close out my client list for Google Ads management, but feel free to contact me through my website and we'll see if we can work together. If not, I hope these strategies help you in managing your own account. Make sure to check out some of my other Google Ads videos and we'll see you on the next one.